final big 3 game of the week, Nebraska at number 16, Indiana. The Hoosiers, Trey, 6.5-point favorites at home. Do they keep it rolling?
I think they do. I think they win this game. I went back and forth on the cover, but I think the experience of Indiana, both from a coaching standpoint, and I love Kirk Cignetti in this matchup, and a quarterback standpoint, and Curtis Rourke taking on Dylan Raiola. Dylan Raiola has an amazing future ahead of him, but just like we saw with Nico, the shine's kind of wearing off on the freshman season over the last couple of weeks, even to a greater extent than it has with Nico. So Nebraska loves to ugly up games. I think this is going to be the best defense by far that Indiana has faced and the best team by far, but I really think being at home, having that little extra touch of explosivity on offense is going to set Indiana over the top. I'd be a little bit more concerned if they were just squeaking by these awful teams that they're playing. But guys, they're beating FBS opponents by 24.4 points on average.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I don't care who you're playing. So give me Indiana minus the points. Keep on rolling to 7-0.
So Indiana statistically is the most efficient offense in the country this year. Now, we were all high on Curtis Rourke. We loved him at Ohio. I didn't see this coming, though. Kurt Cignetti, though, Google me, I win. He's brought that energy, and the Hoosiers have just exploded out of the gate. I'm also going to take Indiana minus the points. I think Nebraska's offense may be hitting the skids just a little bit. Trey, like you mentioned, they're just not clicking as much. That 14-point output against Rutgers looking a whole lot worse. Home. Yeah, at home after Wisconsin said, yeah, what do you mean? This isn't tough for us to do on the road. So I am a little bit concerned about Nebraska. I feel like Indiana is just the team of destiny this year. And I think they keep it rolling against the Cornhuskers. They're off a bye week. It's homecoming. The vibes will be immaculate. Give me the fighting Kurt Cignetti's.
I'm going to mostly make a save the graphic pick here. I think that Nebraska covers the 6.5. I don't think that they win. I think Indiana wins this game. I think they're good enough to win this game. But I don't think that they probably end up covering this. Couple reasons why on this one. Number one, Nebraska has the 7th ranked scoring defense in the country this year, 11.3 points per game. I don't think there's a reality where this game is super high scoring. I'd be a little bit surprised if either team makes it to 30, and I don't even know if they make it, that high. So I think this is probably a closer game. And also, I brought it up with Nico at Tennessee, but I'll say it again. Freshman quarterbacks are going to have some massive ups and downs. You're going to have games where they look like the next coming, and it's the new savior for the program. He's even better than that one guy we had 20 years ago. And then there's going to be moments where you're sitting here like, well, what's the backup look like, right? Why did we bench the junior who didn't really look that good last year, but at least he's been in the program, right? There's a lot of questions you can ask when it comes to freshman quarterbacks. The bye week coming last week for Nebraska, I think was at a really good time for them. Kind of escaped, obviously the loss to Illinois, but found a way to escape through Purdue and Rutgers. You're finding your way through the season right now. They had a really good win at Colorado. I think Nebraska's a little bit more tested. I think there's a lot that you can say are, pros and cons for Raiola right now. And I think that they probably worked on a lot of that and got a lot of good chances to kind of sit down with him and work on some stuff. So even though I don't think they win this game, I do think Nebraska puts up a lot more of a fight. And I think that Indiana probably ends up winning this one by, let's say, 3 or 4 points.
Curtis Rourke, I mentioned they're the most efficient passing offense, 74% completion across the season. He's only thrown 2 picks, and he threw that on back-to-back pass attempts. I've forgotten which game that was, but yeah.
It was Maryland. It was the Maryland game.
Of course it was.
Almost got away with from them, but even that one, that was the closest one to them losing, they came back and won by 14.
Yeah. So vibes are high at Indiana. This has been a truly remarkable rebuild and a quick rebuild after we thought that Hoosier football was just dead to rights, completely left for dead. So that'll be a fun one to watch on Saturday as well. To be
clear, I am rooting for Indiana in this one. I've officially joined the bandwagon. I brought it up. I am rooting for them. I'm just going to pump the brakes just a little bit and say, let's get the win. Just escape with a win against a good team. Let's start looking towards the end of the season.
Let's roll into our...
Was it you that tweeted the Seinfeld picture that with the red? Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Indiana, Nebraska, Jerry.
Yeah, I've forgotten. I guess it was was it CFB matchup tracker that tweeted out kind of a preview graphic. And yeah, it's Indiana, Nebraska, Jerry.
Gracious him. How about that?